Spirituality is the process of becoming who you really are, of experiencing what you are truly capable of. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the number one habit that, in my experience, has accelerated every other area of my life as well. Okay, and this has been the most important habit, the single most beneficial habit in my life. And like I said, it has not only enhanced me spiritually, but as a natural byproduct has accelerated every other category of my life as well, whether that has to do with me physically, whether that has to do with me vocationally in terms of the work that I do, whether that has to do with my relationships. Okay, the number one habit is honoring the Tao. It is aligning with the way. It is honoring my own circadian rhythm. Okay, now what do I mean by this? So the circadian rhythm comes from two Latin words, circa and diem, which means around the day, right? The day has a rhythm. Nature has a rhythm. The seasons come and go, right? And the more I found myself to align with the rhythm of life, with Mother Gaia, with nature, which is the perfect system, right? Everything arises from nature, at least in my experience. Everything that we encounter, everything that we are, right? The human species is a byproduct of nature as well. And the more that we can align with the rhythm of nature, the more that everything else in my life accelerates. Now, what does this look like specifically? So it's very simple, and it's not something that you don't know already, right? But the question always is not whether we know something. The question is whether we do something. The question is whether we are living that ideal into our life. So what does aligning with nature, with the Tao, with the rhythm actually look like specifically? Well, if there's one thing more than anything else, it is waking up and sleeping at the same time every single day. Okay, now this is not something that is coming as a surprise to you, but this is something that my experience has taught me to be the number one factor affiliated with progress, with growth, with improvement, with development, with leveling up in every area of my life. When I reflect back on my previous year, on my days, on my months, always I look back on the days that I was waking up and sleeping at the same time consistently are the days when I was getting the most done, are the days when I was getting the most workouts done, are the days when I was creating and producing the most, are the days when I was producing more results in my business, in my relationships. Everything was firing on all cylinders when my waking and sleeping time were on the same alignment with the Tao, with the nature, with the rhythm of life. Okay, and this, obviously there's a metaphysical aspect of it, but there's also a biological aspect of that, which is your hormone secretions, right? If you're moving throughout the day, if you're moving earlier in the day, when you're looking at the sun in the morning, when you're grounding yourself on the mother nature's surface, right, which means that you are picking up the transmissions of the electromagnetic frequencies that neutralize the negative ions, right? There's so much biological scientific, metric driven, objective data that we can gather. Like I look at my aura ring, which tells me my heart rate variability, right? But that's like the byproduct, right? What we can measure is a byproduct of what actually is the case, which is that when we align with nature is when we are able to express more and more of ourselves on a more consistent basis, right? So what I invite you to consider as this year is coming to a close, okay, this is a sacrifice, right? Like to sacrifice those late night dinners, to sacrifice that entertainment, to sacrifice, staying up at night, to sacrifice going out to clubs and dancing, right? Now, I'm not saying you should do this forever, right? Like at the end of the day, you are the best judge of what is most relevant for you, what is most applicable for you, right? But my experience has taught me that when I align with the rhythm of nature, when I fall asleep and wake up at the same time every single day. Now, of course, that varies, right? Because in winter, the nights are longer, right? In the summer, the nights are shorter. So we can align our rhythm according to the season of life that we're in right now. But it's more about making that commitment. I'm going to wake up at this particular time. I'm going to go to sleep at this particular time to allow myself the quantity of hours, not only that, but the quality of hours, right? When we are going to sleep at the same time every single night consistently and waking up without an alarm, that is when our rhythm is optimized. That is when our biomarkers are optimized. That is when our energy is optimized. That is when we are functioning at our peak capacity. Okay, but it is a decision, and I wouldn't say I have been 100% in on this decision. Like there have been periods in my life where I've committed to it, like full monk mode, like shaving my head, like going all out. And that has definitely been an accelerator because it has been a definite purpose, which has been given that definiteness of energy, which is making that commitment and sticking with it consistently. Because I believe that if you can wake up and go to sleep at the same time every single day consistently for like 90 days, 30 days, whatever it is, like that month will definitely be an accelerator for you, because you are making like sleep. If you can really prioritize sleep and maximize your ability to rest and recover, then there's no saying what you are truly capable of. So not something that you have not heard before, right? Something that's been talked about in all the major teachings, like, early to rise, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, wise. This has been going for a long time, but there's a lot of reasons, right? Biological reasons as well. But at the end of the day, your experience will be your best judge. And if you experiment with this for the next 30 days, just decide a time, right? December's coming up. Like, you're going to prepare for 2021. A lot of people are drunk on New Year's trying to prepare for 2021, but just start right now. Start creating the momentum right here, right now, and begin moving and shaking and carrying that on after 2021 begins, so that when January begins, you're set, you're ready to go, and you have the momentum that you're building up upon, okay? And if you are ready to join a community, you're ready to join a step-by-step roadmap of self-illumination, which takes you by the hand through a 30-day system on aligning your habits, on getting clarity on your vision, then I highly encourage you to go to a new tab right now. Go to monkmodechallenge.com. I'll leave a link out in the description as well. This is a step-by-step 30-day roadmap in which we're coming together as a community to really focus in on ourselves and get clear on the behaviors, activities, thought patterns that will serve us in becoming all that we can be, so that we can serve our greatest gifts in greatest service to the world as well. Okay, so you can click the link in the description. You can open up a new tab. But either way, make this commitment to yourself. Run this experiment for a week even, right? If this is something that's difficult for you, set a time, commit to it, follow through with it, and just see what happens in between that day as well. Okay, so I will leave you in the peace and power of the one infinite creator. I hope that you're taking care of yourself. I hope that you're staying strong. I hope that you're taking and focusing on all that you have grateful for, because there is truly a lot in this abundant universe. If you bring your attention to it, if you appreciate it, it will appreciate in your life as well. Okay, much love to you. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.